Welcome to DC Digital Learning. Myself Suguna SN. Now I am discussing session 39 of organizational behavior. So from the chapter 4, that is group dynamics. Here I have taken the topic, it is group behavior and the group think. So let us start with first concept, that is group behavior. So first we have to discuss with the meaning of group behavior. So in the last sessions we are continuously discussing about the group and the group types and what are the group development stages and what are the like a group size, status and the group norms like that. So in the same manner we are discussing here the group behavior. So group behavior, nothing but the behavior of individual members in a group, how they're going to behave. So the overall, all the individual behaviors of that particular group shows the group behavior in a whole. So group behavior is the behavior of human groups from formation to dissolution. So nothing but, so how the group is from the stage of formation to the stage of adjourning, nothing but closure. So how you are going to behave, how you are going to show your attitudes, perceptions or the personalities of an overall group towards your achieving of group task. It's called the overall, the study of behavior of that particular group is called group behavior. The behavior of a group can be highly variable, as can the factors that put pressure on the group, even whatever the factors may be, psychological factors, social factors or even organizational factors, which all the factors which influences the members are of that particular group, so which always varies with the behavior. So we all human beings and the social animals are social beings. We are not going to maintain the same type of behavior in all the context and all the situation. So it will be highly variable and we can't predict how we can going to behave. We can expect some extent only, but we can't say exactly how we are going to react and behave in a particular situations. It is highly variable, because most of the factors, even it may be a personal factors or influential factors, we going to vary with our behaviors. And even we are going to experience, we are going to learn or observe from our past experiences also, as that record keeping also we are going to behave in some context or situations. So overall the behavior of the group, so it talks about how you are going to behave for the achievement of your group task from the stage of that is starting stage, initial stage of formation to the end stage of that is disclosure. So it is overall study is called group behavior. So let us discuss another concept of group behavior, that is determinants of group behavior. So what are the factors, are the determinants, are components which influences you, which determines you for your group behavior. So group behavior, nothing but the individual behaviors in a particular group, how you are going to behave and how you are going to show your as a group behavior for the achievement of your task. So these are the various factors. So let us have one by one discussion. That is first one, external factors. External factors, nothing but which is outside of our groups. So outside like organization structure or the other substructure or the sub systems or the subgroups or other group, how they're going to behave. So external means which is not inside the group, so which is completely out of that particular group is called external. So external factors, I said that organizational structure or organizational rules, regulations or any other like other groups or other subsystems of that particular group which makes you to behave in some extent, it is called external factors. See, the organization system influences the groups through corporate strategies, structures, rules, regulations and the culture culture of that particular groups or the organization structure, and even the availability of physical work environment or the facilities for the work environment. So these are all the various factors which are external to that particular group, which influences you to behave in such a manner. So it is called external factors. So by considering, and so we can't neglect all these factors, even it may be internal or external. We must consider and we must see that factors also into consideration and take into a positive way and go with our further activities. And second one is group members resources. So this is internal factor, we can say, because it group members resources means the members who are involved in that particular group itself. So the group performance depends to the considerable extent on the number of resources which we can say that individual competences, individual capacities or abilities, so which comprises here the abilities of members, maybe intellectual properties, intellectual nothing but what are the various abilities they have, various skills they have, talents they have. So because every individual is unique and they are different in their own ways, most of their positive in some other things and negative in another things are the points. So but every individual has their own capacity and own talent, skills, knowledge, abilities and all. So what are your team members, the team individuals abilities, intellectual abilities? So that is one of the main resource. So by seeing, by observing all those skills, talents, abilities, other members also, they're going to react and they're going to behave. So this one. And the second one is the personality factors of that particular members of that particular group. So personality factors which mainly talks about individual, like how they are sociability, whether they are extroverts, introverts. Extroverts means they can easily talk and feel free, makes the friends easily. So but introverts, they are reserved in their character, so they will not become friendly to unknown persons easily. So how they are and what is their self-reliance, how they are capable themselves, self-confidence and the independenceness of individuals. So these are all the, and even we can say personality, like a perception, attitudes of that individuals, so which also matters, so which also influences the resources for the group behavior. By observing all this, by learning through all this, the other individuals or the overall group, they're going to behave. So next point, that is group structure. So this is, even we can say that depends on the group, and even it depends some extent we can say internal, and some extent it is external. Group structure, so it mainly talks about how you are going to structure with your group. So it may be a composition, the size, nothing but number of members you are going to involve in your group, and what are the rules, responsibilities you are going to fix, and how you are going to allocate authorities, the duties to every individuals. This also depends, and it also has the impact on the group behavior. Along with that, leadership styles are the leadership qualities of individual, a team member, especially a team leader, so which also matters. Along with that, group norms, group status, all these factors, which is again related to particular internal factors of that particular group, so which influence you. So you have to consider all this. So along with this, you are going to, along all this, by consideration by all this, you are going to behave in a group. The group must have structure that specifies the pattern in which various parts or components of an object are interrelated or interconnected. So how you are going to structuring, so how you're how many members you're going to include. So this the structuring of the group also, it impacts on the group behavior. So if we can say with example size of group size, If it is a small group, we can say only minimum of 3 and up to maximum 7 or 12. So it will be, their behaviors can be like a predictable, we can control easily. If it is a larger, means above 12 and above 15 members, so we can't predict and control their behaviors. So like this, so by structuring of size composition, you can have the impact or the influence the group behavior. This is one of the point. And next one is the group processes. Processes nothing but how you are going to take up that group into further activities. So till now we have discussed how you are going to structure your group. So how many members you are going to include, what are the rules, regulations, nothing but do's and don'ts you are going to fix to your group. After this, how you are going to actually work with that particular group. So how should be your communication patterns, how the members to be discussed, how they can interact, so where they have to meet, how they have to exchange their opinions, that is how it will be your decision making processes, and who are the leader, what his role, and the power dynamics, who has the decision making authority, and who going to dissolve your conflicts. So all this, how you're going to take up, this also has the impact on the group behavior. Next point, that is group task. Tasks can be ranged from simple to complex. So we can't say it is very simple, and we can get even complex task also. It depends on the targets or the purpose of that particular group existence. Some may be a routine task, or some may be a non-routine or standardized task also. So we can get even sometimes routine like a usual related task only, and sometimes it will be a new project or completely out of your experience. So out of your experiences projects also you are going to get. So on that complex situations, on that non-routine, means it is not regular, it is like a unique, a separate new one. So on that situation, how you are going to take up, so this again matters here. So that complexity and simplicity which tells you to how to behave, it shows you to how you are going to react with that task or the performances. This also has the major influence on your group behavior. So next one, the performance and the satisfaction level of that particular members. The task completion or accomplishment would increases, which going to increase the prestige of the group. So of course, so if you're accomplishing the task or accomplishing the performance or like targets within time or in timely, definitely will have the prestige. A prestigious will be, or a status of your group can be maintained properly. So it the group status also matters here. So if you are like maintained a high status or the prestige of that group, means definitely you are going to get more benefits and incentives in the future also. So your performance will be appraised in a proper manner and a proper way. So these are the various determinants or the factors which influences on your group, overall group behavior. So this is how the model of group behavior, which like we are talked about. So that is external conditions which you going to impose on your group, that is external environment are the factors. So and even group members resources, that is abilities and competences are the personal traits of every individual along with that group structure. So with influencing from the external, your group, and by considering your group member resources and the structure of your group, so group processes will define. So along with the target what they given initially, the group task or the targets, so which processes with your performances and the satisfaction level you're going to behave in a most acceptable, desirable way of behavior. So it is possible to reach your group task or the targets easily. This is about the group behavior model. The next concept which we would have to take for the discussion, that is group think or the thinking. So let us start with the meaning of group think. Group think is the tendency for individuals to agree with each other in a group setting in order to conform and keep harmony. So you're thinking nothing but how the individuals of the group, they are their agreeness, their likings, disliking and disagreeness. So this also matters the overall decision making, the overall a cooperative of that particular group. So here the tendency of the individuals to be in a like-minded approach with a common thinking level or a common viewpoint. If they have common viewpoint, so it is very easy to that other members of the group to confirm any orders, to go with the confirmation and with go with trustworthy decisions and all, and even which helps you to keep harmony, nothing but very cordially you are going to maintain the relationship. So by having a trustworthy and by having a cooperative and very effective communicative, you're going to maintain that belongingness forever. So this can contribute to efficient decision making as ideas, thoughts go unchallenged in favor of cohesion. So group thinking which makes you and which helps you to efficient decision making, because there is no disagreement with your decision or your thinking. So because here there are a like-minded, like viewpoint, a view approached individuals in a group. So that's why it helps the other members, other decision making, or even we can say team leader for the taking of efficient decisions. And because the ideas and the thoughts of other decision maker, other decision taker will not be challenged. It is unchallenged, challenged in favor of cohesion. So if it is all this happen like unchallengedness, or agree towards the decisions and to have the trustworthy of decision maker, which even favors for the cohesion of that group also. In other words, individuals in a group who don't disagree because they may fear social isolation. So why even it may be like a positive way, if you are going to take, they have the more trust towards the team leader or the decision maker. And in another way, in a negative sense, we can say that so they're going to have they will not going to say it is disagreed because of social isolation. Social isolation, nothing but they are separated. They're going to be deviated from that process. So because of that fear also, some of the times even they're going to agree with that decision. So either it may be in a positive thinking or the negative thinking, they're going to maintain harmony among the individuals in the group. So this is about the concept of group thinking. So how this happens, every individuals, they're going to share themselves and their opinions in almost in a like-minded or same way of thought-provoking and the thinking process they're going to do. So that's why they can possible to achieve the group cohesiveness and the harmony also. So the revision, the recap of previously what we have discussed, that is group behavior model we have discussed, and here for group behavior model there are various determinants, the factors which influences for the effective way of the group behavior as a whole. And even along with that we have discussed the group thinking also. So this is the session about the group that is group behavior and the group thinking. Hope you all understood these concepts. Thank you.